Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be working on the ML, changing the spark plugs. So it's got 12 spark plugs, twin spark plug on each cylinder, and it's not a daunting task, but it takes quite a while to do because of all the stuff that needs to come off. So let's just start with taking off the engine cover, which is just a pull off. Pull all the tabs out, drag it out. Now you can just see it's just the clips that just go on and go off. Simple push and pull. That's it. The cover comes off. And let's just disconnect the battery to be on the safe side. Okay, to disconnect the battery it's fairly simple. 10 mil on the negative terminal. Just disconnect it, saves you a lot of trouble that you don't even know you're getting into. Okay. And now the vehicle's de-energizing. Guys, after we disconnected the battery, one more thing I would like to do is move these adjustable struts on the second point here. If you can see it on the camera, there's two knobbies there. There's one that's attached to the hood and there's another one sitting right behind it. Right there. So we're going to put it on the second adjustment. That gives a bit more headroom. To do this, pretty simple. It's got a C-clip at the back here. Put your screwdriver in there on top and just pry it back out.
That's it.
And there we go. And now you got massive room to work with. Once you put the bonnet up, put the C-clip back on just for safety in case it goes off anywhere. To put it back on, just put the C-clip up top and slide it into the crevice. Okay guys, after moving the hood to the second setting here, the notch, you can see right here, what we've done is we've labeled all the coils 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so we know which one goes where and there's no messing about. And the next step is to pop these clips off. I tried doing that first, so if you can see it here, actually you just pop the tab and then pull it. This tab here is what locks it right there. You just gotta push it in and it frees it up, and then it just comes off.
Then that's it.
Just like that. All right, now we're gonna take the coil packs off, which is a Torx screw, bolt. Hang on a minute. You got the Torx kit? I got the Torx kit too.
Got it. Probably a 30 maybe.
That's the most common one.
I don't know.
Okay, it's a 30 Torx.
Yeah.
Put this on, crank it, loosen it, loosen. Okay. So this side, guys, is a bit tighter than the other side. The other side, on the passenger side, if you want to make it easier for yourself, you can always pop the fender off and you'll have 6 spark plugs sitting right at your face instead of bending over the bonnet. It's easier to do, but on this side the choice is very limited. You have to do it from top. So taking off the coil packs will just make it easier in terms of more space. You can be stubborn and do it without moving it, but that would be more painful. Mercedes recommends a tool, but we're just going to try a needle nose and see if that works. Just a matter of grabbing and pulling, and it did. Just grab carefully so you don't crimp these. It's a thin metal. So what I did was just grab it from top and pull it. So that's where the least damage will occur. Nothing here. All right. Okay. Pull the spark plug cover out. Okay.
Behind you. On the floor.
Thank you. one more to go. Okay, undo the screw the way I see it. It's actually easier is
Access to it.
take the coil pack off, and then you can just pull on the metal thing and it comes off. Because if the coil pack's sitting there, it won't let you go anywhere. The space is very limited there. So now all the coil packs are off. You can access the spark plugs, but it looks like my valve cover is leaking pretty bad, and so is the breather area, the valve cover breather. So we might actually take it all apart and do both the jobs at the same time, considering it's such a time-consuming job to do the valve cover alone. We're gonna mix the two jobs together today, guys. We're just gonna take the cover off and then do the plugs, because it's easier to do the cover. While the cover's off, we can pop the plugs in and out too.
Yeah.
And if your car's done 50,000 miles, or it's been, you know, the job's been done 5 years ago, more than likely this is leaking again, because these bolts are only torqued at 8 Newton meters, which is not a lot, and they do tend to loose and start causing a lot of leaks, which leads to ugly motor like this. Okay guys, so we've actually combined the two jobs together now. It's spark plugs and the valve cover, because my valve covers were leaking really bad, so we decided to do them today at the same time. But if you're doing only your spark plugs, disregard all this and just, like I said earlier, pull off the coil packs. Before you pull them off, label them so you know which coil pack goes on which side, and after that you'll have enough space here to work on it. For me, it's a bonus that I've taken the valve cover off, and now I'm just gonna go take off each spark plug one at a time and replace them. Okay guys, so to do the plugs you need a 5/8 socket, and it goes in, sorry, where is the camera? In here, right there, that's where your first plug is. Put your wrench on and off you go. Crank it loose. I prefer to do one plug at a time so there's no dirt going in at the same time, but right now it's a bit ironic considering my valve cover is all opened up while we clean that up. It's just easier access, so okay, one plug's off. These ones look pretty dirty, nasty, so we're replacing them with the NGK part. These ones still seem to be original Bosch plugs. I don't think they've been ever changed. 184,000 kilometers, which is what, like 120,000 miles? Yeah, pretty bad. So these plugs come pre-gapped, and same fitment, much cleaner. NGK, I'll put the link in description, but it's a BKR5E-11, and they are a lot cheaper and hopefully make the car run better this time. It was running not the best before, so put that on there. Actually, let's just put it on the socket and then drop it in. You don't want to drop the plug in directly, guys, because you could mess up the gap like that. So again, these plugs come pre-gapped. I bought them knowing fully well that they fit, so the gap size was actually the one that was recommended. Okay, that seems to be done. That's plug number 1 out of the way. Let's go to plug number 2. It's right there. Honestly guys, if you're doing the valve covers and the plugs at the same time, it's way easier Well, these plugs are not even moving. They're just so damn tight in there. Okay guys, the second plug came out. Looks okay, nice and brown, but it's really old. It's got a bit of a black residue on the top. And I think the ML is gonna run a lot better after having these new fresh plugs in there. Now we'll drop that in there. Okay, 2 down. Now get to the third one. Same thing. Put the socket in. These things come in pretty handy, guys. If you got one of these, it makes life so much easier to get your plugs out. Tight spaces. These up. And another plug, same story, bit of black residue, brown, nice burn, but really old. So let's change this one too. Alrighty. Get that in there. Like I said earlier, guys, this job is not hard. It's just finicky. It's just really time consuming. And before you start this job, make sure to check if your valve covers are leaking. If they are, tackle both the jobs at the same time like I did. If not, still remove your coil packs and you'll have all the access. But it'll be just a bit higher, a bit harder to see. Not undoable by any means. So if you're doing just a spark plug, same side, same story applies. This is a harder side to do. Okay, on to the next one. Let's see. Alrighty, sockets in. Just this heat shield makes life a little bit harder here because it's right there in your hand, in your way. And it's not that tough a job. I think the plug's out. Same thing, running good, nice burn on it. Put the plug in there. Oh crap. Alright, now time to time it. Okay, just don't crank on it, guys. You don't want to crack a plug in the head in the cylinder. That would be a worst thing you can do. Okay, on to plug number 5. We're getting there. We're getting there. Finishing our harder side here. Okay. Okay, another plug out, same story. Good burn, just an old plug. Alrighty, plug number 5. Remember guys, if you do use this tool, be very gentle with it. Do not over crank it. I emphasize on this a lot because broken plugs means newer engine or dismantling the whole engine. Okay, that's tight enough. All right, on to plug number 6 on this side. Number 6. Now this one looks a bit more beaten up, but yeah, I can only imagine the car running much better with these new plugs, guys. These ones are shot, absolute toast. They're well overdue for a new plug. Okay guys, so this side is all done. All 6 plugs changed. And look at the condition of these that came out of there. They don't look too reassuring in terms of performance. So now we're going to go ahead and change the spark plugs on the other side, and I'll do that without removing the valve cover so you can see how you go about tackling that job. Airbox sits here, guys. We're going to undo these tabs. Just flip them back. There's 1, 2 on that side, 2 on this side, and 1 on the front. So there's about 5 different tabs. So the airbox sits in here, guys. You undo these tabs, take off the airflow mass sensor. These grommets are the ones that sit there. These grommets are dug into it. Take off the coil pass. Perfect. That went straight down somewhere. Okay. Like I was mentioning before, you just pull these tabs like that. And these things are much easier to get out on this side because you got a whole lot more access. Ah, there we go. Channel locks will do. Channel locks with a bit more space. They'll pop them out. Okay, this is interesting. Alrighty. This one's got a broken tab. Alright. Okay. Take that off. Okay guys, so what I've been doing is just keeping the channel lock face open, putting it there and just pulling so I'm not crushing the tube in any way. Okay guys, we got the coil packs removed. The plugs have been burning clean on this vehicle. That's the saving grace. There's no leaks on the valve seats or anything. Appearance of the engine seems pretty miserable, but we're bringing it up to speed. Makes the series interesting of the ML build. Just clean up and doing it all right, making it run better. For all my fellow ML enthusiasts, my channel might be actually a bit of a help if you are trying to revive an old ML. Okay, stop there, grab that wrench. And just hand tighten. Where you're not going gorilla force on it. On to number 2 on the passenger side. Oh boy, these are so tight. It's another good one, but it's getting a bit more almost a lean look, if I'm not wrong, but just really dried out, oxidized. I don't know if it's oxidized, just a crud formation. I don't even know how it's getting all the spark there. The car ran really sluggish. I'm really hoping that it runs better after these. And after trying to do the hoses, the ventilation hoses on the other side, I broke a couple, so now I'm trying to get the new ones into. I watered them, so in a couple of days they'll be in here and we'll switch those, replace all the breathing hoses, get those sorted. Now put the coil packs back on. I'm going to start from the far end. 11 and 12. Now the numbers are going to come in handy. Number 12 plug goes in first. It's just much easier to put these in first and then tighten the coil pack, because you got more flexibility with it. Check them. Okay, put that there. Put it on. Now the furthest one goes here. Click. Make sure your lock tab is on. Put it back on. And then click on number 2. Done. The important thing to realize is how this one sits here, because this will make the life way easier as long as it sits in a spot. I'll go on it properly. Number 7, number 8. Okay, so that one goes there. You'll hear a mild click when it settles in a spot. If it doesn't, try pulling it back out, put it in until you know that the coil's clicked in, and then trying to seat this on here. I'll plug this in now so it just holds on to it. Alright, and then the air box goes on, which in my case is a pod filter because I'm running a pod. Put this on and click it in, and that's it, done. One. Okay guys, there you have it. Everything's back on now. We've put the hood struts back on to the second setting as well. Don't forget those, otherwise you're gonna have problems shutting down your latch. And here, everything looks good. There was a bit of oil spill from before when we took the covers off, but other than that, valve covers are on. The engine plastic garnish back on. Air box back on, or pod filter in my case. And just check all your plug wires and put your battery connector back on and fire up, and you're good to go. This, like I said, it's a time-consuming job, but not hard at all. Super easy to work on. These MLs are a great platform to work and enjoy, and the parts are cheap, so that's another plus. But please like and subscribe my channel, guys, and I'll keep the videos coming. Thank you and have a great day.